Hey, Will, thanks for your time today. Just what do you think it says about you guys following the 0-5 start to kind of get to this point to play like that today and kind of turn things around mentality-wise?
I think it's just a testament to our culture, how we stuck together as a team. Things were going tough. We didn't quit. We were back against the wall. We kept fighting. And, I'm proud of this team for, fighting through all the adversity and, finishing on a strong note.
Nate Bauer.
Well, this is kind of a big or broad topic, but can you just speak to the buy-in of you guys on the offensive line for Coach Troutwine and to kind of stick with it even when the results might not have been there at the beginning of the year for you guys personally on the line?
Yeah, I think when you see what he's done in his career and all the success he's had, success he's had at previous places like Boston College and how well those guys have played. I think it was easy to trust him from the beginning. We knew it was going to take time, and with everything going on, it wasn't going to be easy getting those reps in. But once we got into practice, we got the reps, week after week, and just grinding on those details and really putting an extra focus on doing extra stuff after practice. I think it's starting to pay off, and all credit goes to Coach Trout and how he's grinded us and pushed us as a unit this year, and I'm really happy to have played for him.
T. Frank.
Hey, Will, you might have perspective for this question that other guys on the team might not, seeing as you've been here a while. During the last 7 years, with sanctions, scholarship reductions, Penn State has never been under 500 during that time. Does that at all weigh into what you guys might be thinking about or what you might feel about playing in a bowl game and potentially getting back to 500 after the season?
Yeah, haven't really thought about it like that. Was really focused on this week, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Okay.
Tyler Donahue.
Yeah, Will, Coach Franklin just told us he's going to meet with seniors and captains pretty soon and go over whether this makes sense for the bowl game. Do you feel like this win streak and that it kind of prevents you from wanting to part ways and going into this offseason where guys are going to move on? Is this have you feeling like you want to get one more game with this group in before this all kind of ends?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously, I'd love another chance to compete, but yeah, we'll discuss amongst the the leadership and captains or whatever, and decide from there.
Nate Bauer.
Well, one more about Coach Troutwine. I guess it's more about the preseason, but how different was the preseason? Like the contact rules and the things that the protocols, I guess, that were in place, and how did you feel like, if at all, that hampered you guys' development?
Yeah, it was definitely not normal for anyone in any walk of life, but we did what we could. And as we were allowed to, do more practices and, whatever the rules were, they kept changing. We just did what we could to, keep grinding on those details. Kind of what we was always harping on. It's like the no talent stuff. It's, there's, a variety of talents in our room, but he always harps on, what can you do to, separate yourself, with the no talent stuff. And I think that's kind of what's driven our culture in our offensive line room. And, we, like I kind of said before, we did what we could. And once we got the ball rolling, more practices, more contact. And the offensive line is all about getting reps. And, you can't mimic the full speed you're going to see on game day. It's just a different, thing. And, repping out those coil punches, get into a good rammer position in pass pro. Those are the sort of things that it just takes time to develop. And, offensive line is one of those positions where it's so technique driven. You can be big and strong and athletic, but if you don't have good technique, you're not going to succeed. So he's harped on those details. He's a technician. And I think that's kind of what's helped us grow this season.
Tyler Donahue.
Will, since Sean got into the starting lineup again at quarterback, he only had 2 turnovers during the final 4 games. You guys won every game. What did this offense, this team learn about Sean over this season? And what do you think Sean learned about himself?
I think that it's something we all knew was just his character and how he wasn't going to quit. No matter what adversity he went through, the kind of person he is, he was going to keep fighting. And, that's why he's a two-time captain, and he leads this offense. Scoring that many points today is a test with his character and how hard he works. And, he's just, a grinder, extra film, extra recovery, anything he can do to help this offense get better, this team get better, he was going to do. And fighting through all that adversity. And, I think he learned, just how to fight, how to keep fighting when the back is against the wall, and just how to stick together and keep being a leader through everything.
T. Frank.
Hey, well, Juice Scruggs is quickly becoming a fan favorite on Twitter with some of his blocks out in space. And I guess, what do you think his ceiling is, or what do you see in him as a lineman?
Yeah, Juice is awesome. Everything he's been through and the way he's, battled back and, seeing a lot of playing time this year, it's awesome to see that. He's such a hard worker, going through all the treatment, everything he can do. And, just he's athletic. You see him out in space getting big pancakes. I was so fired up seeing that. Ran over, hit him on the helmet. Celebrate with him because he made that play go. And his ceiling, I don't know if he has one. I mean, he's just going to keep getting bigger and stronger. He's going to keep grinding. Another year with Coach Trout wanted to grind on those details and those techniques. He's got a long way to go, but it's exciting to see where he's at now.
Nate Bauer.
Well, just for the record, I feel like we have to ask all you guys, you seniors, with the free year of eligibility, have you considered or made a decision about what you want to do for next year?
Yeah, I think that's just a discussion we'll have with the coaches after the season and see what happens. But kind of just been focused one game at a time, and we'll see what happens.
Gabe Angieri.
Hey, Will, how are you?
Good.
Good, thank you. I think as an offense, you guys were able to total, 9 plays of 15 or more yards. When you guys are able to constantly get big chunk plays like that, is that something you guys plan going into the game? Or is that something the defense gave you guys?
The defense was not anything we've seen on film the whole week. They threw the whole kitchen sink at us. But I think it came down, trusting our training, our rules and our game plan. But, anytime you have, that amount of explosive plays, I don't know what the percentage is. I think it's 16 or more is, the goal every week. But I don't know how many plays we had. But, it's good to get those explosive plays and, keep the ball moving down the field. That's a recipe for winning football.
That'll be the final question here for Will. Michael Portman.
Hey, Will, kind of a two-part question, but same thing. You got a ton of running backs, and now you got 2 quarterbacks who play a lot. What does that mean for an offensive lineman to have all those parts? And whether you're back or not, there's 2 running backs you're going to be back next year. How important is that? What kind of impact is that?
Yeah, I think that it just shows the depth, the competition, that the kind of guys that we have in our program, that anyone can step in and play at any time. No matter who's in the game, we have, ultimate confidence that they're going to get the job done. That's why they're in the game. It's awesome seeing, Kevon and Keziah and Will, Cliff, whoever's in the game, whenever they get a big explosive play and go and helping them up as offensive linemen, getting back down and getting ready for the next play. It's just a good feeling knowing that any of those guys can get the job done.